on the topic of courage, if you've had difficulty answering this question, I'm going to give you another way to kind of think about it, another way to ask it, a different way to frame it that will help you with this journaling experience. Now, I have said this, that I am not a teacher and I am not looking for people to give A's or gold stars to. The work that you put into this is all designed to benefit you. You're not waiting around for Holly to give you a thumbs up. This is for you to discover your own breakthroughs. I'm here to encourage and guide you and help you to get outside of your comfort zone in the process. So the way you process and the way you go through this is your style. There is no right or wrong way to do it. It's just that you're putting the effort, the focused effort into doing this. And week 1 is all about setting the stage by how are you showing up. More on that soon. So here's why, if I had more courage, I would, is likely causing some frustration, and it's because of the wording that is used. I'm going to give you some strategies to help, or give you a strategy that will help you kind of get on the other side of that, if you've had difficulty answering that. Now, one of the big obstacles that we face is the power of language, and we typically will look at that writing prompt, and all of a sudden in our heads, we begin to come up with this long list of shoulds. We begin to say, well, I should do this and I should do that. We end up doing what is called shoulding all over ourselves, and I bet that you do this every single day. For example, I should get off my phone and go fill in the blank with something productive that actually moves you forward. You do it to yourself several times a day. How do I know that you do it to yourself? Because I do it to myself too. It's called being human. But when we're aware of it, we can catch it and turn it around. So with this writing prompt, here's the deal, what you need to know about should. Should has a very sinking feeling attached to it. Anytime we begin to use the word should in our mind, we feel very heavy and defeated before we even tried to take action. Ladybug. And it's because should is a sense of obligation. Should is a sense of obligation or advice that we're likely seeking externally or allowing external influences to put upon ourselves. And you cannot should yourself into action. The more you resist it, the more you're not going to do it. And should is a form of resistance. Plus, using the word should is also attached to a sense of not being good enough. Because if you were good enough, you would have got up and you would have taken action, you would have been moving yourself forward. But you're not. So you're shooting on yourself, and it becomes this negative cycle that goes around and around in your head. So we're going to get rid of that. We're going to stop shooting all over ourselves. Now, would is the past tense verb form of will. So I will. And here's where I found a disconnect or some conflict. Many of you are also saying, well, I don't know what I want. Well, if you don't know what you want, how will you know what you should be doing? Do you notice how I put should and will? So it kind of doesn't work that way either. So it's not simply swapping should for would. Nope, here's the solution. You're going to begin to use the word could. You're going to use the word could. Could attaches a sense of curiosity. And anytime you sprinkle curiosity into anything that you are doing, you open yourself up to discover what if. Children have an amazing sense of curiosity, so if you need to strengthen your sense of curiosity, spend more time with your kiddos. Ask them questions. Get into their head and how they're processing this. So, I want you to take that writing prompt if you've struggled with it. And instead, I want you to restate it with use this as your writing prompt if you have been frustrated with that question. With more courage, I could. With more courage, I could. And to help tie this in so it allows you to make it even more meaningful, I'm going to give you some examples. First of all, the prompt, what if, is the ultimate curiosity generator, elicitor, facilitator, whatever word you want to use in there. What if? Because it opens you up to see what's possible. Here's the overall statement. What if you could get out of your own way? What if? So here. What if I could speak up? My voice matters. I matter. What if I could be honest? What if I could confidently make decisions? What if I could say no and be firm and be true to my word? What if I could protect my time? What if I could look forward to this new day? What if I could ask for help? What if I could be consistent? What if I could be okay as a beginner? Opening myself up to the learning process, to start at the very beginning. What if I could make mistakes? What if I could make new choices and begin to live my life in a new way? What if I could forgive? What if I could let go? Now, that is a list that I said over the next 7 weeks, we're going to cultivate the courage to speak up, be honest, say no, protect my time, ask for help. But I just reframed it for you. So of that list, in saying, what if I could? I want you to take 1 or 2 or 3 max that stand out to you. And I want you to fill in underneath, journaling, what's possible? What if I could say no? What's possible? Begin to make a list of that. This is like the very first step of being courageous and brave, because you have a voice inside of you that you've either not been listening to, you've been ashamed of, you've wanted to hide, and in turn, look what's happening. You got to let that out and let that go and explore that. Be curious about it. Now, we are going to be spending the next 7 weeks taking consistent action despite of fear and doubt. Like I said at the beginning, you do not have to have this all figured out in order to move forward. This is just the beginning. Some of you are going to have some amazing breakthroughs at the start. Some of you are going to have amazing breakthroughs in the middle. And some of you are going to have amazing breakthroughs at the end. Some of you are going to have amazing breakthroughs throughout the entire thing. But we're not comparing ourselves to anyone else. We're only looking at our own journey and where we're starting. I'm here to guide and encourage you along the way, making sure that you are standing up to fear and pushing through and coming out on the other side, no matter how big or small that is. And I am already incredibly proud of you for the efforts that you put in here, because you raised your hand and you said, this means something to me and I'm going to make a commitment to see this through for the next 7 weeks. I am excited for the amazing journey that we're about to begin.